Hey guys, I'm Audrey from Audrey's Crafts, and today I'm going to film my first craft video ever. And if you're wondering what's going on here with my hair, it's fake bangs. I'm so in love with Taylor Swift. She's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, today is my first craft video ever. I'm going to show you how to needle felt a small kitten, but I actually got the idea from watching Macaroon and Sweet Tutorials. They're doing some needle felting stuff over there on their channel. They're not a sponsor, but you should really go over there and see them. Check them out. And there's one thing that I should tell you. What I think about needle felting, I think that's just like another way. It's like, I think about it as the future. Like, you have to place down ink and then you use a needle to help keep it in one spot. I think that really could be what could happen in the future. So let's get needle felting. So you're gonna need lots of felting wool. I have some pink, some aqua looking orange, blue. This is some other blue, some of this purple, some of this purple, and I also have a bit of white. I also have a lot more of this cream color, which I might be including a bit of that. Also, you're going to need a foam board. And I'm using two different needles. I don't know how they're different, but these needles, they're like the opposite of a tree. You know, it has all that stuff poking out. Well, this has some gas poking in that catches the fibers and compresses them. I'll put that in. Okay, so this is what one looks like. It looks like that, and it has a tail with stripes and stripes down the back. I also made this one. This was the second one that I made. I have second felting thing that I ever made. This was the fourth. I've got a small bit of felt that I just laid out, and I'm gonna felt it a bit. And this one I felted and rolled it into a ball and poked it a small bit. So I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to attach the two. And then I'm rolling and poking. It's going to create a weird sound. This isn't even being poking. It creates a very slight sound. And this creates almost no sound. You're going to want a bit of sound, so I'm going to add some more just by taking this roving, and I'm going to hold it right about where I want to disconnect, and I'm going to hold it right here and pull using this. I'm just holding on somewhat a bit tight with this hand, and then I've got a small bit of roving. I'm going to take it and just placing it over. Cover up the whole entire thing. So I'm folding down a corner, folding down it, and I'm folding down this. And you're going to want to needle felt it a lot to get a weird shape, which this is in. And the tail makes it look even pointier. You can sort of see on that how the tail makes it look pointier. But you don't, it doesn't have to be all that big. So I'll be back once I continue to add a bit, and and one thing that you want to be aware of is you always want to hold it somewhat tight when you want small areas and somewhat long.
Okay, so I added
some about 3 or 4 times. Like 3.5 because I divided one in half, and then and it's good in size. It needs a bit more felting because when I squeeze this one, I don't get as much as but I continue to felt, and once again, you still have to listen to your ears. Don't let it go all the way through, though. So this one is a bit taller, but once I do some more felting to the side, it's going to make it thicker. But yeah. And how you shape it. This is at the point where you're going to need to start to shape it. So I'm taking one spot and I'm really felting it. And this starts to make it go down. I'm doing this for the same one. Same side. Just across. And this creates a small little pinching effect. And I'm just going to go back to felting it normally. But every once in a while, felt inside of that patch, because the patch you can't really see on these other kittens. In fact, this one I used so much white on that it's taller than any of these. But I don't like the tall effect. I like the short and stubby. Now I'm going to work on the ears. The ears, I'm gonna make them this same color. No, you know what? I'm gonna make it a different purple. So I have some loose stuff of this purple. I'm grabbing that loose. I have 3 pieces. I'm individually felting them down just a bit. And I'm going to take this one. I'm tangling it up while I'm making it longer. And I'm needle felting them together. And I have some darker stuff in there that I don't want. And I'm just felting this. So now I'm going to felt one side down at like a diagonal angle. Like I'm taking this straight piece and I'm putting it diagonal so that it creates this. Then I'm felting it. One side going to the other side, going to the other side. So now I'm doing the same to that side. And if it becomes too wide on one side, then you can always fold it in and felt it some more. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other ear. And I'm trying to use this one as a guide because I don't want one ear bigger than the other. So they're both a good amount the same. I'm going to grab the body. And if you were doing this the same, you could use that as if it were in the body. But I'm I'm gonna have to go and grab some scissors. Okay, so I got some scissors. And I'm gonna cut a small little hole in there. And this is only after you felt it, because if you felt something while you're felting it, it's gonna cut the fibers, and I never recommend doing that. Just terrible. So this is the point where you can take off any excess stuff that you could have. So I'm going to take it and I'm putting a small bit inside of the hole. If you don't want to design around the ear, which I do, then you can try to put the whole thing inside of the little hole and make the hole bigger than I did. I've got this stuff and I'm making it go in. I've got all the loose fibers and I'm making it go in the stripe that I want, and I'm going one stripe per ear, so there are 2 stripes. And I'm doing this the same way for the other ear. So taking some excess. I want to be this color blue, this color. I'm taking a longer piece, or maybe 2 sort of shortest pieces. I'm folding them both in half and felting them so that they stay in half. I'm not like mega felting this like a lot. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this. And this one, I'm going to roll. So I folded it in half, felted it down, and now I'm going to roll it. Felted one side, felting the other, felting this one side. This one I'm going to wrap around the top. Hat. So it basically just looks like a little cone right now, and that gets felt down slowly, just a bit. And then I'm gonna scrunch up the fibers that are towards the end. I'm gonna grab my little kitty. Oh my god, that looks shaky. This one's gonna have a witch hat. Oh my gosh. And I'm felting it around the sides. This combines the 2 felting things. I guess I'm making a shark fin. If you wanted to make a hat, then you could pin down the one side, felt it down a bit. The tail the same way as you'd attach the ears. And now for the facial features, I'm going to use white for the nose. I'm felting it down a bit. And like I said, you never want to use scissors. So you'd sculpt this once it's on here, not while you're making it. So I'm sculpting it on there really gently, trying to create a triangle shape, but it's okay if you didn't. If you don't, because especially if you're a beginner, this is sort of a hard step. But for me, I sort of think it's fun, because the more I think about its progress, the more I think about, and I'm felting it on. So I have that. And now I'm gonna take my aqua green, which is what I choose for the eyes. I'm taking like a small, but this could be used for both eyes. Taking that. Doing that. And once again, just felting it down a bit. Rolling it up. And this time I'm gonna grab it with the needle. And this time I'm creating a round circle. And this one I'm not even gonna give a tail, because I think it looks more like a cat dressed up in a shark costume than anything else. And you do the other eye the same way. And you would make the tail by just taking a bit and rolling and twisting it and then needle felting it.